Tell me how to say ladies and gentlemen in gender neutral terms.
Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Not really sure if this is working. So, there it is. Okay, that was weird. My video, for some reason, the video playing, the intro was 10 seconds behind the audio. I don't know what's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to HIAC Talk Radio, the WrestleMania wrap-up. And I don't think Chris has ever missed one.
I think I missed last year.
You know what? We're going to lie and say you didn't.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the dulcet tones of One Omega Squad. Chris Green, he's joining us for the WrestleMania wrap-up. There's a lot to say. Derek will be joining us. Oh, yeah, wait, hold on. Hey, we got it. Craig Lagans, he's here. Craig Lagans at all social media platforms. And our buddy Derek, fashionably late. It is his way. He will be here eventually with a dog. And he has a heart out because children need baths. And that's how we're going to do it. I want to start this off. Oh, man, I want to. Well, no, because he sent it to me, so I'll show it. I'm going to show this in its entirety just to stretch out a little more in case not everybody saw it in the first place. Then we'll get into our WrestleMania discussion because this is one of the greatest things I've seen. And I just want to preface this by saying, all of the reactions from WrestleMania this weekend, and this was one of the loudest, and he wasn't even booked for the show.
Let's talk about how awesome it is that Logan Paul just won. And let's talk about, Sam, what Logan Paul represents. The shortcut. Feels so good to be here. Feels so good to be in the business. Thinking about all of the funerals that I wasn't able to attend for the last 11 years in this business, all of the holidays I missed. You know, I could have just started a YouTube channel, could have just jumped in there with AJ Styles. Feels really good, right? It's awesome. It's really good.
Do you guys know we have 25 years combined experience, and what are we doing on Mania?
Well, they know because they're normal human beings, and they actually love professional wrestling, but apparently that doesn't mean shit anymore. That doesn't mean shit. All I asked Alan to do was, for once, to not think about just himself. Think about everybody in the back, and think about the professional wrestling fans. That's all I wanted him to do. Sometimes, to do the right thing, you have to do the wrong thing. But he's a narcissist, and he had to do it his way. Hey, Alan, how many more WrestleManias do you have in your system? Probably, I don't know, one. Maybe this is the last one, and you just pissed that away. For what? For what? For your way? Thanks a lot, bud. I really appreciate it. You want to know what the best advice I ever got? It was from Bill Goldberg. 2021, back when I was in the Twilight Zone, you know what I mean? I'm wrestling for gasoline. It was awesome. Let me tell you all about it. Bill goes, hey, Kross, you know what? You remind me a lot of me. I go, I think we have different styles, Bill, but I really appreciate that. Do you have any advice for me? He goes, you know what? You just got to be a good soldier. A good soldier is what he said. So I decided to be a good soldier. You know what happened? They released me. And then I come back. You know what being a good soldier gets you, everybody here? Just so, in case you're wondering, you want the back scoop here. Being a good soldier gets your times cut. Being a good soldier means that people come up to you and say, hey, you got any great ideas? Yeah, here it is from Scarlet. No. That's a little too great. We're looking just for good ideas. That's for those guys over there. That's what being a good soldier is, okay? Being a good soldier is coming to your hometown where you cut your teeth when we got started and not being on the card. It's all about viral moments now. That's what it's all about, viral moments. Well, Guy, everybody's been telling me that I got to become undeniable. And as soon as it happens, they ignore it and they shut it down. I never asked to wrestle Randy. I never asked. That happened organically, and you ignored it for a viral moment. And good on Joe. Nothing against him. But you ignored it. And the crowd told you exactly how they felt about me on SmackDown when I was eliminated. And you ignored it. Become undeniable. My ass. My ass. You want a viral moment? On behalf of all of the true fans of professional wrestling, Guy with the suit and tie in the truck, go fuck yourself. That's from Killer Kross. No.
Well, that's a lot to take in. I don't know if Omega Squad saw that before the show.
I had, yeah.
It's really weird to take in because, man, when it's a good work shoot, it's a good work shoot.
I mean, he's not wrong.
That's what I mean. He's sitting there hammering up a wall and hitting the hammer on one swing and hitting it directly and not needing the second swing. That's how hard he's hitting it. And it does remind me a lot of, and everybody's comparing it to, but that Miz thing, that Miz smack talk with Daniel Bryan, it was a game changer. I mean, one would argue longer term than people think, but that combined with what we'll talk about later, that the main event, and the aftermath of the roast, the reaction when his hand barely hit the camera shot. Can somebody explain to me why he wasn't on the show and why I gotta get stuck with watching Logan Paul? I wouldn't care even if he wasn't the guy that did the Japanese suicide forest bullshit, and if he wasn't, Logan Paul. Or is it Jake Paul? Which one are we talking about? I don't even know.
Logan.
Well, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll go to Mr. Finger on the Pulse first. That would be Omega Squad. I'm kidding. But I've missed your commentary so much. What are your thoughts on all this, especially after watching that fresh again, and combined with all the other shit that happened this weekend?
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta, you think to yourself, like, how many other guys are capable of this, and then are buried for whatever popularity, for other priorities. I mean, Kross has been in a situation where he has been marginalized for the last year. I mean, he had they had the Final Testament. We had AOP back. We had a group that he could push and do that, and they just kind of let it die. And then they literally released the AOP again. I mean, everybody knows Kross is talented. I don't think anybody really was shocked that he has this capability. It just hasn't been recognized. He hasn't been pushed. I mean, some of it is to his point. He was kind of brought out as a goofball on the main roster, and then he was released, and then he was brought back, and he didn't do anything with him when they brought him back. They didn't do anything with Final Testament when they brought him back. So the crowd will tell, to his point, the crowd will tell you the crowd was behind it. The crowd knows. Crowd knows the talent. Crowd knows what he's capable of, especially the smart people, especially a WrestleMania crowd. And I do think it would have been better for him to replace Randy than Joe Hendry. Again, nothing wrong with Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry's had a tremendous year. So yeah. You just gotta I guess the surprising thing is it is Triple H. Triple H was behind him at one point, and now he's not really. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just to his point. They're chasing viral moments. You have a little bit of a corporate thing where they're chasing clicks and things like that. And I don't think they really. I mean, given the quality of like night one, I would argue they don't completely have their finger on that pulse at all.
Oh yeah. Proverbial pulse, and just with the good timing, like always. Derek, your thoughts on the whole Karion Kross of Joe Hendry and Logan Paul and all that bullshit? I picked an easy one to start.
Couple things. I like Karion Kross. I was listening to you guys. He's been doing this thing for like a year now, and it's been mostly on social media. So if you're not following it, if you're just a casual fan, you'll probably miss it. Where everybody he works a program with, they turn heel. So like he had the thing with New Day and they turned heel. When he first came back, he had the thing with Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre ended up turning heel. So he's doing these little things. He's been doing these little things where if you put the breadcrumbs together, you could see what he was doing, which was he's a very creative guy. He was creative before he got there. When he was Killer Kross, he had all those crazy vignettes and stuff he would do online. I remember in the dying days of Lucha Underground, wasn't he part of the Rabbit Tribe thingy, whatever it was? And he had the Natural Born Killer sunglasses and all that crazy stuff.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, he's a very creative guy. It seems like, from what I gathered last night, they're gonna put him with Logan Paul.
Kind of
I think this is his chance. This is his chance to kind of like, you know, show what he, because that match he had with AJ was great when he got eliminated from the Battle Royal, like he said on Friday night, the place booed. Do I think he would have been a great choice to go against Randy Orton? Yes. I do wonder if they didn't want him to lose to Randy. It's not like you're doing anything to him, because Randy, whoever came out that night, Randy had to beat him, especially if you were going to do Randy Cena at the next pay-per-view. But I'm pulling for Kross. He's a unique guy. And I remember when he was down at NXT and Adam Cole said, you know, all you are is a cool entrance and then the bell ring when nobody cares. If you look to 2025, on this day, there's a group of people who care more about Karrion Kross than care about Adam Cole. And that's not Adam's fault. But it's just funny that Adam cut that promo on it.
Nope.
It's funny that Adam cut that promo on him and look where we are. But Scarlet is she's another person who she has a lot of untapped talent there that they haven't really got to yet. And maybe now that he's shed that Final Testament stuff, which was good stuff too, now that he's shed that, maybe he can be their breakout star. Kind of like how LA Knight kind of like exploded out of nowhere. Maybe this is Karrion Kross's chance. Hopefully they stick behind him and give him the push, because he's a real creative guy.
Mr. Liggins, you're muted. Wait, I'll unmute you. There you go.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I have a cat. I apologize.
Goddamn.
Yeah, when you said Adam Cole said to Karrion Kross that you're all you do is all you have is a great entrance, and then once you get in the ring it goes away. I thought he was talking about Jey Uso, but we'll get to him.
I knew it. It was just a matter of time.
I had to get it out of the way first.
Man, fuck you.
Nope. Anyway, now that we're on Karrion Kross, I agree with everything you said. The guy's got he checks all the boxes. He's got a great look. He's got a great body. He knows how to work in the ring, and he can talk. He's got everything that even a Vince would like, because he has because he looks great. I thought he should have kept his head shaved, and but that's just me. I think that adds more to his look, because you got a ton of long-haired superstars now. Remember when everyone was bald, and now everyone's got hair? Go back to being bald. And
yeah, John Cena.
But it's really a case, and it sucks for him. But where the WWE is right now, they have too many stars. Where do you put them? Where can you put them? And I don't think
no different. 8 hours of wrestling a week. I mean, where can they put them?
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's where. And and not knocking Karrion Kross at all. I don't think he would have gotten anywhere near the pop that Joe Hendry got if it had been him.
But he did it.
But he could have had a match.
Yeah.
But the reaction when he showed up was just as big.
Okay.
Well, I'm asking you, is my perception off? Because I thought that was like they showed his arm on camera and they went nuts.
Yeah, that did happen. I think that what did that?
No, I thought you were being condescending. I was like,
no, I wasn't. I think Joe Hendry has just had more crowd interaction. He's got he's got the wave, and he's got all that. But that's all I'm saying as far as the reaction that he gets. I don't think that Karrion would have got the sustained reaction that Joe Hendry got. Joe Hendry got sustained reaction throughout the match, even before he was doing his stuff. But I think you would have to. They've done everything good with Karrion Kross. They keep putting him into groups. I don't know if that's because they think he can't get over by himself, or that he's always got to be in some type of squad, Omega. But if give him, see what I did there? If you give him a program with just him and Scarlet against some top guy, then you can get him over. With LA Knight, it's different because LA Knight was saddled with shitty gimmick after shitty gimmick, but he got himself over because of his promo, because of his work in the ring, and because of who he was. I think Karion can do the same thing if he works with the right people.
So not to jump the gun here,
Go ahead.
but
Go for it.
I get what you're saying, Craig. But now have they just filled that role that Karion could fill with, say, Rusev or Aleister Black, you know, or whoever else from NXT? And will Karion get just dropped in the shuffle again? That's kind of my concern.
Yeah, that's always my concern, Chris. Go ahead, Dan.
This just popped up in my head while we're talking about this very subject, about too many stars, not enough time, 8 hours of wrestling. Sarcastic, but yes, you know what I mean. So WWE just bought AAA. They have, I mean, just by TNA as it is, whatever, pretty much. And AEW has Ring of Honor. I don't want to hear that excuse anymore. Not from you guys. I mean, from them. I don't want to fucking hear it. That's double 8 hours of entertainment to further Omega Squad's comment earlier. It's more than 8 hours, because you could argue, well, then it splits up the rosters. Yeah, okay, like the old days, and like Dana just said in the chat, good thing they killed the territories, huh? If you're airing AAA, I'm not saying you would go outside of the lucha stuff, even though the whole point of AAA being formed originally was counterculture. Yeah, it's not counterculture lucha libre. That was the whole point. That Triple H said traditional. I was like, oh, trips. No, that's not okay. Well, what do I know? I have more comments about Triple H later, and not anything to do politically, believe it or not. Also, but so you have that. You have Ring of Honor for AEW. You have this working relationship with TNA and New Japan. Spread out your goddamn talent then. How are they going to watch? It's all street. Watch it. It's all somewhere. There's no excuse. There is no excuse.
Is there an excuse?
There's no excuse.
Okay.
No. I don't know if you noticed this, Craig. I don't think there's an excuse. And especially since we're getting a sneak peek into the writer's room. Yeah, why? I know. Listen, I'm not upset. Okay, kayfabe's been dead since 1994 when Vince wore a neck brace in court. Shut up. But I agree. It's like, why are you doing this? Whatever. But I'm just saying, there's other avenues. Why are we not? So use them. You own wrestling, so fucking use it.
I think everybody who was on that podium when he announced the acquisition of AAA, so the Andrades, the Escobar, Santos Escobar, the Garzas, Rey Mysterio, I think you take all of them and you have them kind of bounce in between AAA and WWE, especially Rey Mysterio, because he's, what would you say? He's Hulk Hogan, The Rock.
He's God,
Steve Austin, he's a god down there.
Yeah.
And then so you can send him down there and he can run business. You mentioned Kross. Kross worked in AAA. They know him down there. So you have a whole group of recognizable faces on your roster, a lot of them that you're not doing anything with. Just send them down there. And they can help build that territory up and turn AAA into something big. And then you can take the guys you have on the main roster and the people you aren't using, you can send them down to NXT. You can call some people up. Like Trick Williams is probably ready to be on television now. He has nothing left to do in NXT. You can call him up. Ethan Page, who, on a side note, I think they should bring him up and align him with Seth, Bron, and Heyman, because you need he fits in perfectly with them just with his charisma. But that's neither here nor there. But you should learn how to be more fluid with these rosters. Nobody should be sitting anywhere, not doing anything if they're talented. You have too many hours of television. Put somebody somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to hijack the show, so I won't pick the next discussion. So who wants to bring something up?
WrestleMania, post WrestleMania. WrestleMania. You guys watch
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania?
Yes.
Did
Great
WrestleMania
show.
happen?
Yeah. Oh, no, which night was better, 1 or 2?
One.
2 was better.
2 was better.
Two's better.
I meant
One had
two.
moments, but two. Fatu winning was pretty damn good.
Yeah, great match.
Roman, Seth, and Punk was pretty damn good. But like 2 got off to like a hot start. It was like women and like it got off to those first 3 matches were hot.
Dude, I did text when the women's match was over. The first, I said, "Well, the ladies just said follow that."
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I was kind of right.
yeah. They set the tone.
I mean,
They said, "Yeah, oops."
I mean, night 1 started out with, I mean, an underwhelming main event between Gunther and Jay, and it never really picked back up until you got to the triple threat.
What
Like,
the fuck is up with the Jey Uso thing? I know I'm not. I don't mean that
I
like fuck
expected a
you.
better match. I didn't get it.
I don't. Oh, sure, but I just mean anyway. I'm sorry. Shut up. I'll shut up.
No, I don't.
And I enjoyed Jade and Naomi. I forgot about them. I enjoyed that.
That was okay.
Yeah,
You know,
You're not gonna like what I have
Naomi,
to say.
you could just tell Naomi was carrying that match.
Yeah, but and we talked about it. Well, I talked about it. I think with other folks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I love my cat, but God damn it, she loves
Amber, we can't pay attention.
She lays across the keyboards. It's like
It's
if
a
I
cat
had
thing.
to do that.
There's a cat.
I was saying that Jade and Naomi, obviously Jade would need somebody experienced to carry her through the match, and I don't think that should have been Naomi. And Naomi's a veteran, but I think that role would be better served by a Natalia or Bayley. If you want to accent someone like Jade, accent her strengths and hide her weaknesses. And Naomi is fine. I just, I think a better match would have come from a better opponent. And again, not a knock on Naomi. She is a veteran, meaning she has more experience than Jade. But as far as carrying someone successfully through the match, I think a better opponent. Conversely, the Tiffany and Charlotte match, I think, we were all wanting a shoot, and we didn't get a blatant shoot, but we got a passive aggressive shoot because I thought Charlotte was really dead weight on a lot of Tiff's moves and that made it look sloppy.
It was sloppy. It was definitely a sloppy match.
Yeah, Charlotte wasn't helping her out.
Yeah, I mean, I think to your point, like I just didn't see okay. To Derek's point, there were some moments on night 1, like Jacob Fatu. He's great. He hits a moment, but even that match was one of the better matches, but it wasn't great. And then you have the New Day War Raiders thing was kind of an afterthought. It happened. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a match that happened, but it wasn't great. No. Then you got the El Grande Americano stuff. It's okay. Actually, it was a bad match, but I couldn't really get
I felt good for Rey Fenix. I mean, I felt bad for Rey Mysterio that he couldn't participate in WrestleMania because he was legitimately hurt. I felt great for Rey Fenix getting a WrestleMania moment. He and Penta both getting a WrestleMania entrance and a pop and great fanfare, and they both had really good matches. They looked good in their matches, so I felt good for them in that point. Chad Gable was going to win anyway, but the thing is,
Chad Gable was there.
Yeah, El Grande Americano. It wouldn't have hurt Rey Mysterio to lose, but I don't think it helps Rey Fenix.
It doesn't help Rey Fenix. That is true. So
even though it was by chicanery, and getting a little over the top with the El Grande Americano,
the Million Mega March.
Are you gonna be pissed when they send him to AAA, Dan, and they make him the AAA champion?
I'm fucking pissed now. I'm pissed now. I'm just a triggered libtard, I tell you.
So what were you? Did anyone else want to say anything about WrestleMania before we go to the end?
No. This is all WrestleMania. God damn it!
Okay.
I'll go next, and hopefully it'll inspire the rest of us.
Oh, go ahead.
I guess we'll save the main event discussion for the main event of the show. So, but I just halfway through the match, I was like, huh. And then the ending, I was like, oh, great. Where's The Rock?
Did you see him today? Oh,
yeah, I saw his bullshit
today.
Oh, yes, he was on McAfee, and
stop giving Pat McAfee a goddamn. Oh my god!
And they asked him why he wasn't there, and he was like, "Well, after Cena had the greatest turn in wrestling history, besides Hogan joining the NWO, they didn't need the final boss anymore. I did my job. There was no need for me to be at Mania, and I only showed up to Elimination Chamber because they said tickets were." I'm slowly starting to dislike The Rock, and I don't want to do that because he's my guy, and I enjoyed all that stuff last year when he was the final boss. But I'm slowly starting not to like him when he opens his mouth.
Dude, go ahead.
What makes it so frustrating, Derek, is looking at what John Cena did and where John Cena is now in the main event and last night on Monday Night Raw. We didn't need the fucking Rock. Cena could have done all that on his own. What the fuck was the point of The Rock? And doubling down, what the living fuck is the point of that not even existing?
That was terrible. I mean,
especially if Cody's not going to give him a receipt when he took his sweet time getting to the ring.
Yeah.
If Cody didn't kick him in the fucking balls or at least cup him on the ear, I believe it because Travis Scott's too much of a pussy to take it. When it was discussed what he was going to do in night 2, but what was the point of The Rock? Seriously, at all? Because Cena could have done all that shit by himself. Turn heel, kick Cody in the balls, win the Elimination Chamber, win night 2, and do his heel promo. God damn.
You took something that we universally on the show was like great heel turn. From the Rock signaling him to the smile dropping for that, it still gives me goosebumps. It was a brilliant moment of television. To not have any reference to that at Wrestle fucking Mania, that upsets me. You neutered it, like Misty said. You neutered it. It was literally pointless for all of that to now have happened. He didn't need any of that.
There was no follow-up.
He didn't need The Rock. I wanted the final boss there. I wanted something, maybe not as much of a dusty ending as WrestleMania last year, where like 30 people came, right. And then The Undertaker, and then Sting, and then Fred,
Yeah.
But still, that really disappointed me. It's not even. I love that Cena won because that's great. I said I'm going to ruin wrestling. Cool. Well, what are you going to do? I love that he came out with no graphics, just his name in white letters.
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was perfect. The Rock should have been there. Period. Period. Unless something else is going on down the road, we find out he didn't want to mention. No excuse. That you really neutered the end of that story, that chapter of the story.
I just don't think there is something down the line that it's still tainted.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you have done this at WrestleMania? Whatever it is, whatever the end ends up being, right?
Yeah.
I think it's always likely it's not changing anything. If I had to guess, it happened. We'll never mention it again. So,
if you didn't follow up No Rock at WrestleMania if you didn't follow up with No Rock at Monday Night Raw, then the whole thing is tainted. Because I think, when they do it on WrestleMania 2, well, they'll definitely do it tonight on Raw. Nope. Okay, well then it's completely useless.
Yeah, there's
I guess they
no-
could do SmackDown because Cody wasn't on Raw, right? So,
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
So
Derek.
maybe they could do it on SmackDown, but even then,
I was gonna
think it's too
say,
late.
yeah, I was gonna say there's really no need for him now because his beef was with Cody. So Cena's moving on to Orton. He shouldn't have a beef with Orton. Like you just didn't want Cody to be the champ. He's not the champ.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be on television anymore.
Exactly. And speaking of no reason to be on television, why is Jey Uso on television?
I've decided I'm just going to sit this one out and let you guys go.
The longest reigning flavor of the month in wrestling history.
I don't know about that, but
Oh my God.
I mean,
I'd say he has a great.
I'm tired of it too, but like, I don't know about the long.
Chris, he can't even do a promo because he's blown up from waving his arms up and down.
Yeah,
And it'd be something if he was impeccable in the ring. If his ring work, takes over how good he is, but he's not even good in the ring.
I'm trying to see when I get tired.
And you bury Gunther like that by getting tapped out to that.
getting tapped out. That I did not agree with that.
To that.
Did
class.
not agree with that.
And someone brought up, Gunther is susceptible to the sleeper hold because he tapped out to Ilya, at NXT when he lost. Again, so that's kryptonite.
You know what didn't help that finish is he choked out Pat McAfee for like 20 minutes, and McAfee he didn't tap once. He was able to get back on his feet, walk out on his own power, and just drink water and cough a couple times. So that
Pat McAfee.
that did kind of make Gunther look a certain type of way. I like Jay. I will agree. Jimmy is probably the better of the two in the ring. But I like Jimmy a lot. But it's lightning in the bottle. It's Kofi Mania, except Kofi was better in the ring. But
Yeah.
I get it. He sells T-shirts, he sells glasses. The people go crazy. The kids go crazy. I understand it. I do think he's going to eventually drop that belt to Seth. I do think that's going to happen. So who knows? He might not even be champion come SummerSlam.
He better not.
He probably won't be. I think his expiration date on this will go very quickly because, it's not even like Cody. Like Cody, Cody told the story and then he had a year of it. I don't think this Jay story has got that kind of legs. I really just don't.
See, I thought we were over this, Chris, when he won the Intercontinental title from Bron Breakker, who should not have been losing to anyone.
Right.
And everything, he deserved it. Okay, fine. He deserved it. Give him the Intercontinental Championship. Can you please now go away? Nope. Let's see how far we can wring this. We can milk this dead cow. And I'm not sure he's a great guy and everything else. Of course, everyone loves him. I don't think he should be drunk at press conferences anymore. Or be allowed.
He shouldn't be drinking at all. First of all,
giving the history.
Like I'm very sympathetic and empathetic of addicts. I 100% support you, and I like when people bring that in as an argument. Well, why Jey Uso? He's an alcoholic. No, not cool. But perhaps don't show up to the press conference fucking hammered.
Yeah, just a little tip. So that doesn't help me in the why I should like Jey Uso column at all.
Well,
I just don't get it. He's this millennium's Undertaker for me.
That's saying a lot.
Great entrance, fans all love him, but I just don't. In the ring, it all goes downhill from there. It's like exactly what Adam Cole said about Karion Kross. I don't get. He's the Bob Dylan of wrestling. I know everyone likes him, but I don't get it.
I don't like Bob Dylan.
I
Not
agree
that I
with
don't
the Bob
get it.
Dylan thing.
I don't fucking care about Bob Dylan. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
You brought up the Intercontinental Championship, Craig. What do we think about our new Intercontinental Champion?
I'm very happy with our new Intercontinental Champion because I actually called it, Chris.
He's a much better wrestler than Jey Uso.
Yeah, better than Jey Uso. Because that's the only way you can get the belt off Bron.
Yeah.
But to give it to Dom in that way, turning on Finn, that was perfect because that way you can give this heat magnet a belt, and exactly what he did on Monday, have him book him like Flair, have him like overmatch, and find a way to eke out a win every single week. over guys that should pulverize him. And every time you think, oh, Dom's going to lose tonight, there's no way he's going to keep it. And he finds a way to keep it. You keep that belt on him as long as possible and watch the fans turn him face. Now, Vegas obviously loved him. And him running back in the ring to get that curtain call, that was a complete shoot because the fans were going apeshit over him. Take him around the country, see how he does in Chicago, how he does back east. If he's still getting the babyface pop, the fans will, like you said earlier, because the fans will tell you, how we do. But yeah, I'm very proud of him. First father and son Intercontinental champions. Oh no, sorry, second. I'm sorry, third. I keep correcting myself.
Fourth.
The Hennings, Rikishi, and the aforementioned Jey Uso, and now Ray and Dom, father son Intercontinental champions.
And the match was good too.
Yeah,
that was the thing. You had a good match. You had a good ending. You ticked all the boxes you need to talk about. I mean, that was one of the better moments of WrestleMania, and it accomplished so much. And the thing there, and, you cemented Dom as a star now. Most likely, he was already a heat magnet. He was great, and now he's just that much more elevated, taking the next step. I think that's great. I mean, that's how this Dom is a perfect example of a slow burn build over years to get to turn into something that really generates that pop and that really generates that fan reaction. It's great. I thought it was a great match. Braun Breaker looked like $1 million the whole damn thing.
Dom looks just like his father, Eddie.
Well, they used the same finishing maneuver, Dana. They got that frog splash.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll be honest, guys. And then Derek, just take right over for me. Sorry. I was absolutely floored by the reaction. Not that I have nothing against Dominic. I was a big proponent of Dominic when he joined because everybody's like, well, who's this kid? And I'm like, he's the son of Rey Mysterio. This is not a flash in the pan. He didn't try kind of thing. It's not David Flair, guys.
Poor David.
And poor David, because I sympathize. I have so much sympathy for David. Not so much Eric Watts, though.
No,
not Eric Watts.
Or Angelo Jr.
Yes, David
Sammartino.
Greg Gagne.
Scott Putski. Yeah. Remember Scott Putski?
Yeah. George Goulas. Yeah. All the second.
Ashley Flair. Oh wait, no, we'll talk about that in a second. But I was taken aback. I was like, oh wow. So like he could be a heel, but they could turn him babyface real quick.
Yeah.
That'd be easy.
But I think he should always
he should definitely be heel. Yes, yeah, absolutely. But man, is he so good. Yeah. Jeff Jarrett turned out okay. Well,
yeah. I mean, there's obviously you can, for every one bad son, you have several great ones. Jeff,
for my dad, he's only got one good son.
Yeah, Randy, the Guerreros all turned out very well. So
we're gonna forget Kerwin White. Go ahead, Derek. I cut you off.
No, you. I was gonna say I still think this. I always thought the biggest pop in his career is gonna be some hill, maybe Judgment Day. Somebody's gonna turn on him. Ray's gonna come in to save him, and when him and Ray hug and they reconcile, that's probably gonna be wherever it's at. That's probably gonna be one of the loudest pops you're gonna hear, just because they built it up so much. Over the last 2-3 years. So he has an amazing baby face run in him, but I think they should run with this heel thing. And I think he's so good at being a heel that if you want to turn Finn and kind of have Finn be that fan favorite guy he was before Vince destroyed him, Dom is the perfect guy to have him feud with to get back to that level somewhat.
If Finn wasn't having fun with it, I think he would have talked them into making him babyface already.
Well, you see,
but I can tell he's having fun with it.
Yeah. Well, you see it coming because everyone is happy for Dom and the ladies champion except him, and you saw it last night. And
I'm good with that.
Yeah, and Finn still not getting over Dom pinning him for the Intercontinental Championship. So,
and I gotta say, Carlito, when he first joined the Judgment Day, I thought why is he here? He's useless. But just his little one-liners when he goes, Finn, everybody's happy. It's almost like me and you are champions, right? It's like we have belts too. And Finn just looks at him and he goes, "Oh, my stomach hurts. I'm gonna go talk to the doctor." But see, it's something. The Judgment Day thing. It's working. It's working now.
Yeah, my favorite Carlito line was, "Did you hear John Cena's a bad guy? He's gonna be a good guy the whole time, like me."
I think my only problem with Carlito is his father, but that's got nothing to do with his wrestling.
Yeah.
I was about to say it, right?
But again, another son that exceeded the father. Yeah.
Not in murder. Did I say? I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry. I could get her canceled for that. Charlotte. I mentioned Ashley sarcastically. Charlotte Flair, respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people compare her to Hulk Hogan?
Who compares her to Hulk Hogan?
A lot of people, way more than they should, Craig. See, you're smarter than me. You stay off of wrestling Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get involved a lot anymore, but I do read a lot of it. And holy Jesus, a lot of people hate Charlotte Flair, and I can't figure out why.
If you had to compare, I mean, one might say, looking at what Mercedes is doing in AEW, she's doing her best Hulk Hogan WCW impression. But if you had to compare somebody after this weekend to Hulk Hogan out of those 4 women, wouldn't it be Becky?
Yeah.
Like,
I saw some of that. Yeah.
like Becky's kind of the one, she took, the thing with Bayley. I remember a couple years ago, she beat Bianca Belair in 10 seconds with the title. And but I don't understand the Charlotte thing, especially when she just lost to Tiffany Stratton. You guys think Hulk Hogan would have lost to a young upstart at WrestleMania?
No. Nope. Nope. That's the end of your argument right there. Yeah, okay. So I have never seen, because we touched upon it, and there was nothing wrong with what you said at all. I don't have a counter argument when you're like, I don't know why it got to her. Why she reacted on TV the way she did. But, the comments about the marriage, I don't see Hulk Hogan losing to Tiffany Stratton. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The comments on her marriage and all that stuff, everybody's human. It's going to break her. But, oh my God, the overabundance of comments about her looks.
Yes.
Yeah. That's toxic masculinity right there.
I don't. That's the greatest. It's one of the greatest screen names I ever saw. Bleached Fart Box. I'm not going to read what he's saying, but that's a funny screen name. Yeah, I don't. Charlotte is. I'll say it again, and I'll say it with that reservation. Like I used to preface this by saying, it's Ric Flair. He's one of the greatest. I don't give a shit anymore. Charlotte's a better wrestler than he ever was.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about overall ability, what she can do in the ring, notwithstanding a plane crash.
Mm-hmm.
She's a better wrestler, and I chuckle a little bit, but I mean that sincerely. She's absolutely 10 times the in-ring performer than her father was.
Yes.
I don't understand why she gets the hate because she's champion again. She's so talented. It's been that long of a period of time. I'm just confused. I'm just confused by it.
Is it because people think she goes in and she kind of, campaigns to win these matches? But I don't think that's the case. I think Vince just fell in love with her and he just always wanted the belt to be on her because she looked like a star. I don't think she's back there going, hey, I need to break Oscar's record, or hey, I need to win the Royal Rumble. I don't think she did any of that. I don't know if you can blame her for the way she's booked. As a matter of fact, all the stories you hear about her, like when she main evented WrestleMania with Ronda and Becky, they said she was the one pushing to have the main event. She's like, no, we need to be in the main event. She pushed for that. She wanted her and Rhea to be one of the main events when they had their match. So I don't get why people hate her.
I don't either. I didn't understand she was booed when she came back the first time. There have been wrestlers that have left as heels and come back from major injuries and got cheered because fans were happy to see them back. And even she couldn't understand why she was being booed.
I mean, I think it's fatigue though. Like she comes back, she gets pushed right into the title match. I mean, she comes back, she gets Royal Rumble, she gets Mania main event title match, and I think that's all it is. I think it's what it comes down to. It's just like, okay, Charlotte's coming back. You know she's going to get pushed. You know she's going to be in a title match. That's what it is. I mean, you're all valid points. The hate really shouldn't be there because of the talent is there. She actually deserves it from a talent perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the question becomes who else was there to do it in this particular year? And I don't know. I mean, the SmackDown women's roster was a little less than the Raw women's roster, in my opinion. But
you're right.
But you could have had like Bianca or somebody do it, right, instead of Charlotte.
Yeah,
and you could have found somewhere else to put Charlotte. That wasn't a
sure.
But you know what? That's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I just don't. I think that's the ultimate reason why Charlotte gets hate, because it's the perception that she comes back, she gets in a title match. It's like
just like The Rock did, and like Tina has done.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead, Derek. Sorry.
No, listen, I spoke to one of my buddies who doesn't like Charlotte, and he's like, "Well, she didn't have to win the Rumble. Somebody else could win." I said, "Well, now that Mania is over, you see she won, so she could put over Tiffany Stratton. So you're mad at her for putting the younger talent over. Well, she didn't have to win in order for," and it's like, okay, well, whatever. I could probably understand the hate if she had beat Tiffany and she was champion today, but she didn't get over. Now the thing is, what do you do with her now? She's healthy, she can wrestle. Who does she feud with now? You can't. I guess you can't have a feud with Tiffany anymore. I guess you could do her and Chelsea Green or something. I don't know, but or maybe move her over to Raw. But what do you do with her now that she's been beaten at Mania for the title?
Who's next up?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you could have slotted Charlotte in the Becky.
Yeah.
Becky role and have her elevate Lyra Valkyria. Potentially. But is there another Lyra Valkyria on the roster or in NXT that Charlotte could elevate? That's really that's the role she should be playing. She should be elevating talent now.
Well, last night we got Julia, we got Roxanne Perez in their debuts. So I'm looking forward to what SmackDown offers as far as surprises go, because the SmackDown after WrestleMania, just like Raw, is filled with new angles, returning wrestlers, debuting wrestlers. So this is where the new season begins now after WrestleMania. So be fun to watch.
A lot of releases coming soon too, I assume.
Yeah, kind of make room for all the returning folks. We got Rusev last night returning to a huge. Yeah, Rusev hit. I don't know why you would do it in a tag team match, but okay.
Russo is the best. Russo #1.
Get off! Sorry.
Amber.
Yeah, Amber's a bad Amber.
I will say this. No matter how bad they book Otis, he still gets a response from the crowd. When he ripped his shirt for that brief second and just looked like he's going to go man-to-man with Rusev, the place went crazy. So God bless Otis for still finding ways to get over.
And God bless American Alpha still being a team of some descript. It really shows you how bad the tag team scene is, at least on Raw. They really don't have anything. I mean, you couldn't have put the Motor City Machine Guns, the Street Profits, and Pretty Dreary in that ladder match on Mania instead of this week.
Yeah. Yeah, why is that on SmackDown and nothing against the New Day, but that could have been a match on Raw?
There's plenty against the New Day. They should not have had a Mania match at all. They only got one because they were the New Day, and for some reason that the McMahon love for them is carried over into WrestleMania, because they definitely didn't deserve a match on Mania when you got a way more talented tag teams on SmackDown. Or just if you want to have a tag team match, do that. And you heard the crowd boo when Nick Aldis mentioned it. So next week we're gonna have a ladder match. I'm like, boo. And WrestleMania is the next day, and you're gonna wait till next week and you put the New Day and the War Raiders again on WrestleMania. Yeah, I have plenty to say about the New Day.
The shortness of Motor City Machine Guns title reign is a criminal act, and the fact that they haven't for you is ridiculous. Love those guys. Those guys are great.
They are.
Yeah.
So proud of them. Think about people who deserve it. Those guys are going to world way more than a Jey Uso does.
And they haven't had a bad match since they came to WWE.
No.
Like all their matches have been damn good.
Exactly. More MCMGs. Damn it. Point to my opponent.
I don't know if it was just me, but it really felt like it was a parade of MAGA in my face all weekend.
Explain.
Explain.
Yeah, you mentioned
Well,
I
will.
know what you're talking about.
Well, I will.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
What? Dana, I'm starting to think Craig doesn't like Jay. Go ahead, Derek.
You're talking about Triple H talking about his admiration for Trump. Are you talking about Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns saying he voted for Trump. Yeah.
Triple H. Tony
Dana White.
Cliff, Dana White.
Punk gave a pretty good answer when he was asked about that, though.
Listen, Punk, rock on to Punk because it's the same answer I would give him. Like, you're on fucking Twitter too. I don't want to fucking hear it.
Yeah, right. You're on Elon Musk's Twitter. Yeah.
But yeah, the Dana White stuff, the Logan Paul. It was just, and then the roast, which I don't know if you've heard I don't know if you heard the fallout from that yet.
Yeah.
I got to bring that up on my screen here, but it just felt like it was a on top of the Chad Gable thing. It was very much like, hey, you guys read the room? Or
no, they can't.
All right.
No.
What's going on? Like, I'm not talking about canceling anybody. I'm not talking about not doing it at all. I'm just like, I felt like I got run over with a truck, a big ugly MAGA truck.
I think that's a TKO thing because I watched the UFC fight. Was it last week or the week before? And Dana White gives Trump like an entrance, and it's Trump, and it's JD Vance, and it's the Secretary of Defense, and it's this person and that person. They're all sitting.
Oh, Hegseth. I mean, Goebbels.
Yeah. So I think it might be a TKO thing, and like you said, they should probably read the room, but they're not.
I'm gonna balance the line of getting into the actual political side of it, like due process. But I said that out loud. Sorry. So Charlotte has unfollowed Nia Jax on social media. And Tony Hinchcliffe also went. I'm just saying. Again, I'm not saying cancel anybody. I'm not even calling for their jobs or reprimanding. I'm just saying maybe the woman you don't want to pick on incessantly is the woman whose brother died because of depression, anxiety, and drug addiction.
Well,
just me.
I saw a blurb where they said Nia kind of went up there and was like saying Cody wasn't a genuine guy and what you see on TV is an act. And she kind of threw veil shots at Charlotte in a roundabout way. But like you said about Charlotte, this is a woman who I saw the interview she did where she said she couldn't tell her father she was going through a divorce because he was going through a divorce. And she didn't want him, if he found out, to blurt out to the world that not only am I going through a divorce, but Charlotte is going through it too. So she kind of suffered in silence while all this was happening, while she's rehabbing a knee, while she's away from the things that she loves the most. Not to mention the guy that she's divorcing, she's going to have to see at work every Friday when she shows up to work. It's just it's a lot of emotions, and I think she deserves more credit for pulling up her bootstraps and still performing and going with the flow. But to see people dogpile on her, it's terrible, and I hope the best for her, because I can imagine she probably feels alone sometimes in a room full of people, and that could be a scary feeling.
Definitely.
So it's like I'm the one that defends roasts the most. Just not Tony Hinchcliffe. I don't think he's fucking funny, but that's just me. And that's before I do who Tony. I see Kill Tony clips, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Like, if anybody wants to watch the Richard Pryor roast, everybody would have been canceled after that show. I'm just saying. If that was on TV, there's a reason why they weren't on TV. But Nia, apparently, yeah, you kind of mentioned it. Just to add about Cody, Cody is fake, and I don't trust that motherfucker. No, I don't trust that at all. Virgil Kane on Facebook says greetings from Manchester.
Hey, Virgil.
Yeah, so I agree with it's a fair line, but Nia just emptied onto Charlotte. So did Tony Hinchcliffe, and also they made a shot and fuck Lex Luger too, but about him not being a total package anymore. I'm like, what? Wait a minute.
Why? What? What did he do?
What the hell did he do? He was just there.
He was a guest.
Cody isn't fake. He's just well rehearsed. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I just think it was a bad look. And Dana did ask, this has always been the WWF. And I'm like, oh, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm just, I mean, hey, we're living in the world where we're just open about terrible things now.
Mm-hmm.
We're open about keeping people in jail that shouldn't be. We're open about, registering kids who have autism now. I'm going to get into that here. Get your hands off my fucking medical records, Bob. Anybody here want to weigh in on that? Just asking. Okay. No, I know. I know. There's a reason I asked. Trust me.
Yeah.
I think we should shut up. Shut fuck up. Yeah, so I guess it's just the way the world is now, or at least this country.
Yeah.
Like, we're just gonna be mean. We're gonna get away from wrestling here.
And it's weird because in 4 years, God willing, we're in another direction. You've painted yourself into a corner now, WWE. What are you gonna do then? Like, you're gonna start airing Black History Month, vignettes. You're gonna start selling LBGTQ t-shirts like you did before, and Unity. Like, you're gonna just act like none of this happened, and just like, no, we've always been. Are you gonna still do the anti-bully thing when you're the head of talent relations is ultimately, applauding one of the biggest bullies? It's just, if you stay neutral, you don't have to worry about painting yourself to look any different. Just be decent. I know that's asking a lot in this day and age, but just be decent. That's all.
Be excellent to each other.
Yeah, trans kid. Sure. Who said that, Dana?
He had when he wore in the AEW, he had a trans kid.
Yeah, he had a trans kid shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, Craig, I don't know. What?
I was reading a comment about Craig.
Oh, Craig is one handsome dude. Looks like Denzel Washington. If I was gay, I would fancy him. Well, thank you, Virgil.
Well, thank you.
I mean, he's not here by himself. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The fuck am I, man?
Yeah, right. God,
Derek, man.
Here's your show. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Virgil. Thank you, Mr. Kane. But I'm nothing without Derek. So.
And to add to wow, these are all going to segue into beautifully. These are all going to segue beautifully. Craig taught Denzel how to act. Okay, all right.
Oh, all right.
It's the most I can do because I'm white and I can't do that voice.
My
man.
All right. I didn't kill anybody. Sorry, I love the way he delivers that line when in Inside Man he runs up to the door the glass door, just screaming at Clive Owen's character. God damn it, I love Denzel Washington. It's such a good scene.
Awesome.
And he cries to Clive Owen. He's like, "What do you mean?" I gotta watch that again. I love that movie.
Spike Lee's best.
To add to it, it's one of my favorite of his dozens of crane shots.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When he's following him into the bank.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, he does that every movie at least once.
Yes.
Spike Lee's
my favorite one being in Malcolm X.
Yes.
And starring in Training Day, my buddy. No, it's not gonna.
King Kong.
Oh yeah, Malcolm X. Malcolm X is I bet you it's hard to get somebody to watch it now.
Oh
no, but to add to it, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was a child, and they have that shot, and Chain's gonna come as playing, and the old black lady goes, "You gonna be all right, baby." I cried as a child just because the music.
Yeah.
I can't even watch it now.
I mean, I
understand.
I get you.
I can't watch it without being filled with rage about Kevin Spacey.
Oh yes.
I always resented Kevin Spacey before that, but for those of you who don't know, Kevin Spacey and not Denzel Washington won the Oscar that year for American over Denzel for Malcolm X. So I've always resented him for that.
He's in half the movie.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah,
Well, it's like, and this is not in the same vein in that way, but it was like when I think oh God, Hannibal Lecter, Jesus, Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins won Best Actor for Silence of the Lambs. Guess how long Anthony Hopkins was in the movie Silence of the Lambs?
5 fucking minutes.
I was about to say it can't be long. I don't remember it being that long.
17 minutes of total screen time.
Now, granted, it's 17 amazing minutes.
Already minutes. Yes.
But was that the year that Robin didn't win for Fisher King or
yeah, that was the year that Silence of the Lambs swept the Big Four. They won actor, actress, Best Picture, and Best Director. But no, Silence of the Lambs that was my Joel Embiid for Rookie of the Year argument. Joel Embiid averaged 22 points and 12 rebounds as a rookie, but he only played 35 games. But so he shouldn't be Rookie of the Year. But I said Anthony Hopkins won the Oscar for Silence of the Lambs. He was in it for 17 minutes. It wasn't 17 quality minutes. Does that mean he shouldn't have won because he wasn't in the movie long enough? If not, then give Joel Embiid Rookie of the Year. When he played, he was the best rookie on the goddamn planet. But no, we'll give it to Malcolm Brogdon. See how that turned out.
And I just want to further say, and I know not even Derek will disagree with me. When he's healthy, he's still arguably the best big man in the goddamn game.
I tell people all the time.
Period.
I know Jokic puts up amazing numbers.
You motherfuckers
use your eyes. It's Embiid. Use your eyes. It's Embiid.
What you motherfuckers that are talking shit on Joel Embiid better hope he's still injured. Mm-hmm. You better hope he doesn't get his knee doesn't get fixed. Because if he comes back healthy, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, Daryl Morey isn't going to sign anybody else.
But last time he played the Joker, he gave him like 55 points and like 16 rebounds. I don't understand. It's not. Look
at his numbers against Joker for his career. Just so you know, whenever they manage to be on the same court together. Chris, I know you're chomping at the bit to talk about who Paul Heyman's next person is going to be. Last night, did anything shock you? About
anything shocked me about it. I mean, I thought Braun Breaker fits right in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. New Dangerous Alliance. I don't know who the next guy is though. Feels like there needs to be like one or two more, right?
Yeah. Well, Becky obviously for her heel turn.
Becky seems to slot in. Yeah, you could do that. That makes a lot of sense. I don't know.
Do you?
I feel like it's maybe like an NXT guy. Like you have if you go back to the evolution-ish formula. You got Seth is kind of you got Seth. If you got Becky, you got Braun's kind of the new guy. You need like that, like a Randy Orton.
Or an established guy.
The emergence of his career. So maybe someone from NXT.
Karrion Kross.
Could be Karrion Kross.
Yeah. Who do you think, Dave?
I don't know. I think Karion needs to do his own thing.
I do too, but that would definitely give him a good rub. Do you have any ideas, D? Any suggestions for who should be in the
I saw everybody saying Evolution. I was thinking Dangerous Alliance only because with Seth and Bron, you already have your Rick Rude and your studying Steve Austin, so you kind of got the established guy and the young guy who you can kind of feed off that guy. So at least three more spots. Now,
Yeah.
the last three spots were Zabisco, Arn, and Bobby Eaton.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned if you're going to call up somebody from NXT, maybe Ethan Page.
Yeah.
A part of me wishes he'd go to SmackDown and save Carmelo Hayes from The Miz. Just save him. Just grab him and let him stand next to you and cut promos for him. I think Becky fits in perfectly. If you don't want to do Becky, if you want to keep her away from Seth, you could grab a Roxanne Perez, who looks like she's going to get called up soon. But I don't know. But I definitely think Ethan Page would be a nice addition.
Okay. We see Rollins and Breaker versus Punk and Reigns at SummerSlam or Backlash before that.
Yeah, I think it's a Backlash.
Okay.
And I think whoever that third member is has to cost Punk and Roman that match. Like you have to end that match with third member. That'd be great.
I'll do you one better. I think CM Punk eventually joins.
Really?
Ooh. Okay. I really don't see Punk and Rollins existing. Not even in a team, but just like in a polite sense.
Do you think Wardlow could get out of his contract in time to join them? He's another guy who would fit perfectly. You think he could get away quick enough?
Oof. That would be a godsend, or even Hobbs.
Yeah.
Could you fast track Ricky Saints?
Oh, that's right. I didn't even think of that.
I think he's too big of a face now.
I can see that.
The dangerous side of that. NXT tonight. I guess we have tonight NXT after Mania. It's going to be interesting. And for your programming notes tonight, Dark Side of the Ring is the one I'm looking forward to the most. The story of superstar Billy Graham.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are we ending the show? This sounds like
because before I forget. And it is 7:15, and someone has a hard on.
I think someone has to leave.
Hard out.
Okay, that wasn't
hard out.
Okay,
hard out.
That was a bit much.
He's why he has the hard on is why he has to have a hard out.
It's I got in the situation I'm in now. Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's a situation. I'm not gonna say anything. If you want to, you got to bounce, sir.
Yes. It was great to be on with you guys.
Thank you.
To anybody watching, I just want to let you know. Please go see Sinners in the movie theater.
Yes!
It's an amazing movie.
I saw it on Friday.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's for everybody too.
It is for everyone. And Derek, I know I'm going to get heat for this because it is a horror film, one of the best horror films of the last 30 years, but it's a musical. It's also a musical.
It's amazing.
I didn't see it coming, but yes.
Yes, and to not spoil anything for anybody, but there's a scene where they're dancing and they're playing music, and it's based off of an old famous black painting, and that's one of the best movie scenes I think I've ever seen in my life. I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you, Derek. I'm so glad we had this moment to share that film.
Yes.
Go see it.
Yeah, I'm the last member of the Sunday podcast that has to see it, so I'll be seeing it this week.
Please do.
You'll love it.
Oh no, we've been watching all the trailers on that show. Trust me, I'm gonna go see that movie. I'm really excited for that. Now you just made me 3 times for it's a musical too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sign me up.
Ryan Coogler. This makes me excited for the next Black Panther also because he makes great movies. His movies aren't usually bad.
But Black Panther, Creed, this one, he's got the golden touch. The only thing that's disappointing me right now is it's a summer blockbuster, so I don't know if it'll be remembered come Oscar time, but it should be.
Yeah, it should be. Yes, Delroy Lindo probably should be up for Best Supporting Actor, but he probably won't be.
Definitely. Yeah, probably.
But
yeah.
All right, fellas. I'm sorry. Thank you. I will see you all next week.
We'll see you next week
in the chat. All right. Keep it tight, everybody. I don't know what that means, but my son says it to me, so keep it tight.
Sure.
Keep it tight.
Derek McDonald, everyone. Okay. Chris, is there anything WrestleMania wise you want to discuss that we didn't discuss yet?
No, I think we covered it. I think we ran the gamut.
Mr. Lagans. I mean, all my final points, I'm going to drop them because I made the point.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about the MAGA stuff. I mean, I saw the Triple H interview.
Well, I mean,
I saw the Roman
listen,
Reigns.
I could be wrong. You know?
Yeah.
You could just say, Dan, I think you're overreacting. I'd be like, all right, cool. I'm overreacting. My bad. And then I apologize. We move on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't yell at anybody. I didn't motherfuck anybody yet. All right, we're moving on. That's it. Cool.
No,
I've been wrong before. It's okay. See, it's okay to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you're like, yeah, I was wrong. Okay. It's not something you don't have to apologize for. It's even better.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fuck Tony Hinchcliffe, though. He's not funny. I don't get it. I'll motherfuck him. I don't care. He probably I was trying to think of any other points that I'm at.
No,
I was thrilled that Becky came back. Nobody else was, but yeah, that's all I had.
I was thrilled for Becky, but I was still immediately sad, still tremendously sad for Bayley when I found out that she wasn't hurt. Because
I was about to ask, what happened with Bayley? Does anybody actually know?
I don't know. I have no good reason why Bayley would be taken off of a WrestleMania that she's no doubt earned, and especially if you do the WWF tradition of taking two singles wrestlers and having them beat an established tag team for a championship just to take them off the very next night.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no sense. And why you would take that away from Bayley it still bothers me. But Paul Heyman, I don't know if you guys saw it on the Pat McAfee show yesterday. He just said you got benched. If you ever watched a pay-per-view event and wondered why I didn't go out with Brock Lesnar or why I didn't go out with Punk one time, it's because I got benched. I would have been music's playing and I'm walking out in Gorilla and Vince goes over there, hey, come over, sit by me, let's watch it on the monitor here, and that's it. So I don't know why she was benched. When I found out she wasn't hurt for real,
there has to be a reason.
I don't know. I know Bayley wouldn't take herself out of WrestleMania
because they wanted the Becky pop. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think it comes down to they wanted the Becky pop, and she was the one in the bad spot. She wasn't, it wasn't a singles championship or something like that. Everybody else was in a singles championship. What other female match could they take her out? Could they take someone out of? And they chose this one. And because it made they had the synergy with Lyra, the Irish thing. I get the logic.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Let's listen to this clip real quick. It's under 4 minutes.
Okay.
And I was just telling Lyra this the other day. We've been doing a lot of bonding. I don't feel that I'm at a level of a Charlotte or a Becky, and but we came up together, and I wrestled Charlotte in her first match ever. I was signed to WWE before Becky. So when I see, to me, they're up here and I'm just not there yet, and maybe that's kind of where people base it off or where they judge it or whatever. But I keep saying, I get my feedback and opinions from the right people to me. Someone like Tyler Breeze, who taught me so many things. I still talk to him about all my matches. He still gives me feedback. He still gives me ideas to this day. And if he enjoys something that I do, then I believe it and I respect it. But if he tells me you need to do this better, I'll do it. Someone like TJ, I will, whatever he says, I respect it and I believe him. So as many people think that I'm not at this level or whatever, part of me agrees with them because I don't think I'm there yet.
After the Rumble last year, CM Punk even said, put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
And he had a really good point.
Yeah.
You won the Royal Rumble and you're not even at the press conference.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of moments like that. I feel like Like I don't get on the press conference. I don't get on the posters. I don't, get to do the talk shows. I don't know what else to do, and it's not like there's no heat in backstage or anything like that. Hunter and I have a really good relationship. Bruce and I have a really good relationship. All the TR, like I have such a good relationship with them, and I've always been professional. Even when I've gone to other shows to support my friends, like we've had those conversations of like the do's and the don'ts, and that was a little too much, or like we've had those conversations. So I think we're at a real respect level. And Hunter's has like gone on press conference being like, Bayley's this, Bayley's this, Bayley's this. She's everything that you could possibly want out of a superstar, which I appreciate. But it's like, all right, well, like, what do I need to do to get me there?
Yeah, and how do you not take that personally? Like you're being told you're going to win the Royal Rumble, then you win the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
you do the point and everything,
Yeah.
and then it's like, well, what now?
Yeah, I know. It's oof. By the time this comes out, there's going to be even.
Wait, what does that mean?
It's hard. It's hard. It's like sometimes I think it's my that's what keeps me here, is because I don't go freaking kick the door down and be like, I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? I'm fucking Bayley. Like, why would I do that? But I don't do that. I've whatever they give, and I've learned this from Cena. I've learned this from Ray. Whatever they give you is like, make it work.
Yeah.
So that's always like what I've tried to do. And I'll come up with ideas. I'll come up with pitches. And I've learned that like sometimes if you get told whatever the creative is and you're not happy with it, and then I go and I say, hey, what if we do this instead? And then they say no. I feel worse after that than I felt with the original creative. So I'm just like, okay, how bad do I want to feel today? Like, or should I just accept what they gave me and then make it as best as I can? And then they'll be like, damn, she made that work. Like, let's go this way instead.
Wow. That's really sad that she can't understand. She sounds she's like a female Karion Kross. Well, a less angry Karion Kross.
Yeah, I mean, she's in that. I mean, arguably in a better place than Karion Kross, but I mean, she's right. She is like, you got your Becky, you got your Charlotte, and then there's Bayley, right? And to some extent, Mercedes was in the same boat, right? But Mercedes took her ball and went home, So, yeah, it sucks. I don't know if I could put my finger on it as to why, other than maybe some superficial things, some cosmetic things that are probably wrong. She doesn't look like Becky.
She's one of the most. She's one of the most beautiful looking people on earth, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She's one of the best wrestlers, arguably, as Misty said, in that company.
Mm-hmm.
She can talk, she can improvise, she can do anything these folks want, and that's how she feels. That's bad.
Yeah.
On the WWE.
Yeah.
She's the odd woman out in this scenario. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Like the 4 horsewomen, now the 3 that are left. She's not bigger than Becky. She's not bigger than Becky. She's not bigger than Charlotte. If someone's gonna have to take the fall, it's gonna be her. And that sucks because she is arguably a better wrestler than both of them.
Yeah.
I don't think that I don't think is an art. I think she is.
She probably is, yeah. So I just feel like she's missing a moment. She's missing a spark, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not her fault, but like she's like Becky had the broken nose, right?
Yeah.
That turned her into the man.
Oh,
Charlotte always had the Flair thing. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She always Bayley doesn't have that. Like even after she went from the hugger
Yeah.
to the role model thing works. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's not enough to like break through that next level. She needs some kind of moment to propel her into that next level. I just don't know if she's ever going to get it. I don't know what it is, but that's there's just that one piece that's missing with Bayley. She's got everything else.
I agree. Yeah, she's missing that moment. And if she's not on TV, how's she gonna get it? That's the thing.
Right.
If they don't book her for anything, then
But she's had consistent TV time. Fairly consistent TV time. So she's in a good spot. She's in a better spot than most women.
Yeah.
She's better in a better spot than Natalia. She's in a better spot than Shayna Baszler. Those type.
Yeah.
So she's not but she's as it stands right now. She's always going to be. I mean, she's always had this one. She was the last one to get called up.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. She was the last one to win the title. I mean, last one to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It sucks. I get it, but I don't see a way around it in the current environment.
Mm-mm.
That totally bummed me out, man. That really did. That's like one of my favorite people on earth.
Yeah.
She doesn't know me from a hole in the ground. She wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire.
She would.
Well, I hope she just put the fire out without pissing on me. But my point is, or if that's her thing, I don't kink shame. No, that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
I don't get what they don't see. Okay. I don't get it. I'm actually speechless. That doesn't happen often. So, did we really go into how we felt about the main event finish? I think we. Rock wasn't there. John Cena. Yeah. How do we feel John Cena going over and what's coming next? Because without all the other crap around it, I thought that was just fine. It was awesome.
I thought it was, yeah. I mean, I think the heel turn and him getting the title is fine. Makes sense. Yeah, I think Randy being the next guy makes complete sense.
Yeah, but it feels like they're just completely moving on from Cody. It's like he's invisible now. This is the face of the company for more than 2 years. I mean, back-to-back WrestleMania. This would be his third straight main event WrestleMania, and now he's an afterthought. He wasn't even on the show last night, not even mentioned on the show. So that's kind of telling.
I'm not so much worried about that, though.
I know, and obviously, Cody's going to be all right, but I was like, that's a quick switch, kind of like, and they did the exact same, not the exact same thing, but Gunther didn't just keep. He wasn't announced. He came out and choked out Pat McAfee, but they buried him. But I mean, what are they going to do with Do
me a favor, hit him harder next time. Fucking prick.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. Oh God, here, that triggers me. There, that's what triggers Dan. Pat McAfee.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I mean, it just what I'm having trouble seeing is where this ends.
Which one with Cena and
where Cena ends? Where the Cena title ends.
I think if you want to keep him on keep it on him until SummerSlam, because I think he's definitely got to turn face by December. He's made it very clear December he's done. That's his heart out. So you have to change him face before he goes. So where's the arc going to go? If Randy's first or Randy's next, who's after Randy?
Yeah, that's what I'm having.
Cody.
Okay.
Back to Cody?
Or someone else.
Jey Uso.
Okay. No.
Okay.
God, damn it. Now I'm triggered.
You son of a bitch. Told you that motherfucker.
Jey Uso McAfee. Go ahead.
I guess I'm having trouble. I mean, it could be Seth. I guess it could be Seth. But I'm having trouble seeing the new at the top of the card heading into WrestleMania 42.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble seeing who's next, who's viable to take the title on either show, really. But like specifically,
honestly, Punk. That's the one thing he hasn't had since he's been back. You put the title on Punk, You're not going to lose any viewers. You're not going to lose any fans. You're not going to. He's still the most over guy on the show. You've done Roman, but that's one thing Punk hasn't had.
And I could see that argument. And then, but are we building for the future? I mean, or are we just going to keep trading him between Cody, Seth, Punk, and Bron?
Dana says it's going to be MJF with a brand new tattoo.
Yeah, he's got Heyman guy written all over. Yeah, he's got Heyman guy written all over him.
That tattoo's stupid, by the way. I hate that tattoo.
Which tattoo? Whose tattoo?
Cody's.
Well, Cody, he got him mixed up. His tattoo on his chest should be on his neck, and his tattoo on his neck should be on his chest.
Should be on his chest. Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
I think last thing about Cody, I think maybe just need some time off.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean that, maybe make another baby or something.
Yeah.
Make another little Dusty. It was good to see Uncle Fred this weekend, though.
Oh, Fred, I love you, Fred.
I've watched it three more times. Chris, have you had the pleasure of seeing Haku laugh at the Shockmaster for the first time?
I don't think I've seen
Oh my God.
We're going to do it again. Nah, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be another. Oh, it's one of the best.
This is how we end on a happy note, Chris.
We're going to end this on a happy note. Yeah. I think we stuff Cody in a casket, wait a while, and then he comes back and makes fake Cody on pay-per-view. All right.
He comes back.
Hear me out. Stardust.
There we go.
I'm in.
Hear me out. Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Dashing Stardust.
Here we go.
That's what I want now. Here we go. I have the clip. This was filmed last season for Dark Side of the Ring, Chris. And this was, I'm just going to let it play without context.
Do you remember the Shockmaster?
Shockmaster.
I want to show you the clip and get your reaction to it, okay?
Okay.
He is none other than the Shockmaster! All right! The Shockmaster!
I told you. Did he just fuck up the gimmick?
What do you think of what you just saw? Crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. It looked like he hit that thing and come down. he was looking for the gimmick on top of swimming. He's looking for the gimmick. Fred, I still love you. I never seen that shit before.
Oh my God.
Oh man, there was something.
Oh, that's great. Reminds me of my it's great because it reminds me of my grandfather. My grandfather used to laugh like that. That was just
when he just, you think he's done, and then he hits another level, and then he breathes, and you think he's done, and then he hits another level of laughter. Yeah, you can't. I love when Fred shakes his head after putting the helmet back on. I think the only thing that's second to that, I think the thing that's, it's only, I'm saying it wrong, but the only thing that makes me laugh about that thing was the WWE Legends. I didn't make any sense, but let me just fucking finish what I was going to say here. The WWE Legends episode where Dusty tells his side of it.
Yeah.
And he says that he's laughing so hard that they thought they were going to take him to the hospital. That's how hard he's laughing. And he says that he's just sitting at Gorilla laughing, and Fred comes up and goes, I fucked that up, didn't I? And then he says that little Cody's at home watching. He turns around to the other kids and goes, I think that was Uncle Fred. Son of the so funny as shit. But yes, whenever I'm in a bad mood or a sad mood, I will just plug in Haku watching Shockmaster, and I just laugh. I can't stop smiling now because it's Haku, it's Ming, it's the Tongan Death Grip, this perceived monster of a person just gut laughing at a friend of his falling on his fucking face. It's one of the best things. And you know what? Before we get sad or angry at whatever that WrestleMania was, I think we're going to call it there. Chris, you tweet sometimes. Where can people follow you?
Occasionally, you can follow me on Twitter at Omega Squad. Yeah.
Craig.
Sir. People can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, or X, or Threads. And check me out on my other podcast, Comic Book Gurus Podcast, second only to this fine show, HIAC Talk Radio, and C Centers if you know what's good for you.
Follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Spoutable Threads, and PixelFed at DanWall 83. What? I have them all listed here. For Craig Lagans, Derek McDonald, and Omega Squad, Chris Green, it was good to see you again. I am the above average comedian, Dan Calachico. Keep it on the paper.
And there you have it. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show, motherfucker.